pretty much what's happening in the Gulf right now, or from the Tampa aspect of it?
Absolutely. And also, you and I had spoken about a week ago about some of the things that you had blogged about, and people just neglected to mention, sort of like the photos of the stockpiles of core exit, and the fact that it looks like the government had this planned all along.
Yeah, the stockpile of the Corexit. I have pictures of that, and I know the pictures were taken at Stennis Air Space Center in Mississippi.
That's cool. You want to do that? Yes. Okay. Yes.
And I have not. I don't know of anything else happening. I don't know of anything else being stored at any military facility locally, but I do know that after the spill happened, like the beginning of May, there was a lot of nighttime activity from MacDill Air Force Base. And I was getting that from people who live near there.
Yeah, and, I was looking at your blog, Hoodooed, and I think there was something regarding some additional wells that are, being drilled over at the Mikado site.
Right, and there, there's some very unusual. We've got a couple of people that are actually in the Gulf that are monitoring the ships that are going in and out of there, and there's just been some unusual activity within the past week and a half, and now many of us are kind of at the point where, since they did see oil sheen over large portions of that area, over just south of Louisiana in the water, that they're thinking that well might not be capped, or if the cap is there, it's not holding.
Yes, and and maybe there's something even bigger going on. I don't know. I'm hoping to gather some of that information from you, actually. So that's kind of the nature of the questioning, and we want really to start out with who you are. Anita is a licensed medical professional, writer, blogger, photographer, and Hillsborough, Florida County Water and Soil Conservation Board member. You do a lot of things, Anita. I've been to a couple of your blogs, and it appears that you are a busy girl. You change those websites on a daily basis, and it looks like you create quite a few.
Yeah, I just, when this first happened especially, I knew that information was going to get either not reported or it was going to be changed or not factual. So what I did, I already had the Hoodoo blog up, and I was using it basically for environmental issues and stories that were happening, in this area of Florida. And then I just kind of flipped it and just started posting everything that I knew that was happening in the Gulf. And so I've continued with that. I was actually going to use that blog for my campaign and ended up using the website more often, my campaign website more often. And then was just recently elected. I was elected on Tuesday night. I think the latest count was over 82,000 votes at 37.75% of the vote. So for someone who didn't go out and knock on doors, that was pretty amazing.
Absolutely. I think you must have tapped into a greater need. Let's go ahead and start the show, Anita, because I'm looking in the chat room, and it looks like people are getting here early. We're welcoming special guest Anita Stewart to the Grassroots Connection, and what we're doing here is basically trying to get an update on what's been going on in the Gulf and how her election went. She ran for the Hillsborough, Florida County Soil and Water Conservation Board, and she won. So if you're just joining us, we've been testing out our systems, making sure that you guys will be able to understand us. And welcome to the Grassroots Connection, GRC Radio. Anita, can you tell us a little bit?
Thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem. I really appreciate you being here. You've always been a big fan of mine, and now I'm a big fan of yours.
Thanks.
Can you tell us, from your perspective, how it was to run for the Hillsborough, Florida County Soil and Water Conservation Board, what that really is, and what is entailed in your position? Yeah.
Well, I found out about the position probably close to a year ago, and I filed for the position knowing that we needed a citizen-based government, and that was something that we didn't have. And I think a lot of people, especially with this past election, are really, really tired of the old status quo. They want to make sure that they've got people in there that are going to represent them. And career politicians, unfortunately, seem to be the order of the day, and it doesn't matter what party they're from. They're so busy collecting thousands and thousands of dollars, millions of dollars to run their campaigns, local and federal and state, it doesn't matter. I ran my campaign on less than $300, so it definitely can be done. And I think the key is to file early, run early. When you're in a large metro area, Tampa is the largest metro area in Florida right now. It's surpassed Miami. Knocking on doors doesn't seem to be too practical here. It's probably, what we did, me and my significant other, we would go to events and flyer. And then I already had an internet presence, so I was connecting and interacting with people that were online as well. And like I said, ran the campaign on less than $300, never knocked on a single door, and got in this nonpartisan position. The Soil and Water Board is interesting. It's 5